There we go, there we go. Alright, hooray, hooray, hooray. Welcome to the stream. If you'll excuse me. So, just so you guys know, we're not going to do this one tonight. We're going to save this one for a later day. We also have this here as well. But, hey, what's going on, Zaga the Animator? How's it going? How is life treating you so far? But just to be aware, this will be the live stream for next week, which will be this guy. I managed to acquire this guy at my local Target. Yeah, so I figured that one should be the next one that I do. So, yeah. Anyways, now that somebody is officially here, I do have Perceptor, but this is the reissue of Perceptor. This is the reissue that comes with Ramhorn and Ratbat, the Studio Series versions of them. So, if you want to have a complete Soundwave and Blaster, you have to have this guy, unfortunately. But that also gives people a chance to get this version of the figure than the first version of the figure, which the first version of the figure was okay, but there's a few things that they changed up on this guy which actually work out a little better. Just a little bit. So yeah. Anyways, let's jump into Alchemist Prime, the next of the primes that we've got coming in the Age of the Primes series that we've got going on here. So I ordered this guy off of Amazon, but I did go to a local Target today, and you can pick this up at your local Targets. So if you are in the United States, you can pick this up wherever your local Targets are. So, yeah. My apologies, folks. I've got a wee bit of a migraine going on here. So, what is that? Ugh. So, and bobs off here. I'll get the box put back a little later. Well, hello there, audience. How y'all doing? So, anyways, here's the instructions. We're not going to check these out quite yet because, you know, we don't go with the instructions. But apparently everybody's making notion about one thing on this dude's accessories, which I will show off here just now, because I can. So, yeah. Alright, come on. Okay. So there's one. And here's two. Okay. So, a lot of people have been making notion about a certain thing that these things do. So, for those of you who are unaware, you can clip these two together. And so this is, I don't know what this is, but I can't remember what this was, but it shows up on one of the Autobots in the episode 5 Faces of Darkness. Has my Cronus Prime's deal there. And then it's got the Unicron symbol there. I don't really think it matters, truly. I mean, seriously. In his case, it's a blade. In his case, it's an accessory. So I seriously don't understand why people are making the big deal out of this when it probably isn't that big of a deal to begin with. So, anyways, here we have Alchemist Prime. Definitely doesn't look like Few Atoms. Come on. Come on, Hasbro. You had one job, and you guys couldn't even bother to do it. The translucent blue is just, wow. Well, it's not the worst thing on here. I think it's just a little strange. I mean, seriously, of all of them so far, this is the one that I think is just the strangest one to look like this. So, you know, could be worse. Anyways, so, yeah, I do believe I can attempt to get this guy transformed real quickly. So let's attempt it. let's attempt doing that so far. It would appear I may or may not know what I'm doing. Yeah, it would appear I do not know what I'm doing. At least not fully. That goes in there. That closes up. That goes there. Also, yes, these do come up as well. I forgot. For a brief moment there, had a lapse in judgment. There we go. Close that in. Close that up. And then, there we go. That's one side almost done. There we go. That's not what you want to do. But fortunately, it's a mushroom peg, so could be way worse. So that one comes in here. Fold that in. Close up the hands. And then make sure these all connect in the bottom here. Make sure this all tabs in properly. Make sure everything goes in its spots that it's supposed to. And then there we go. Come on. Come on. You know you wants to. Come on. There we go. Come on. There we go. It wants to close, but this one just does not want to stay put. Well, it could be that that didn't go over properly. There we go. That's better. That's much better. That's much, much better. And then take that, close all that up, make sure everything's all tabbed in. And yeah, I think that's it. And there you go. There you have that. Oh, what's up, Najee Kadir? What's going on here? Literally, I was scared. That's okay. It's all good. No problems here. Whoa, whoa. My dad has a lot of those. I wish I could show you. He loves those. That's cool. I apologize. It's been a moment since I looked at the chat here. How you doing? What's up, Jaron Adulio? I think that's how it goes. It's okay, don't worry about it. I'm a professional. I've got plenty, as you can see. I've got boxes here as well. So, that being said, if you guys are not members of the channel, you guys need to subscribe so that way you can check it out when I do eventually get this thing and possibly break it on camera. Not that I'm actually going to break it on camera, but if I do break it on camera, I'll know that everybody was excited for it. So. I gotta say though, of all the primes that I've been unboxing lately, I think this one's probably the weirdest one so far. Hey, sweet, you're gonna sub? You just subbed? Love the content? Thanks, I appreciate it. I mean, you didn't have to, but hey, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. It always is nice to have support for the channel. We are very, very close to having 2,000 subscriptions, but we are very also close to 1,700 subscriptions as well, so please do not forget to check any of those out as well. So, that being said, I just uploaded the video today of the what was it? The Age of the Prime Skybite? Yeah. I ended up reviewing that figure over a week ago, and if I was to have held on to it for any longer, it would have just been, I hope you reach your goals with live. Yeah, I hope that I reach them too. I really hope that I reach my goals with live, but you never know. You never know. YouTube's algorithm can be funky sometimes. It can be a great thing and it can be a nuisance. You never know. So, I mean, you just gotta give it a crack. So, and this is my time to give it a crack. So, anyways, that being said, this is the live stream for next week, because this one I'm hoping that, well, we're gonna unbox this guy next week, and then hold on here, I haven't seen that figure yet. Got to tell my dad to get them. This is the live stream for next week. This is the Voyager class. This is the redo that they did of the Studio Series Deluxe class Perceptor, at least the 86 Studio Series. And this is the only way that you can acquire Studio Series Rat Bat and Studio Series Ramhorn. So if you have your Studio Series Blaster and or your Kingdom Blaster, that's the only way to get Ramhorn and give it to Blaster. And if you happen to have and this is the current only Legacy, the one that we know of, that is the best of Soundwave so far. If you have the Legacy United version, hold on. Oh, cool. Are those the ones, or those are the old ones or the new ones? So I haven't seen that figure yet. What time? I don't know yet, but I have a feeling we're probably going to do it either Tuesday or Wednesday. Possibly because, well, Monday I have an autoimmune disease treatment that I have to go in for, so I have to wait till after Monday. So after Monday, we'll be able to do that. So, what's my sub goal? My goal, my goal I would hope to be in the millions, or the five, or at least the 100,000s, or the 10. Heck, I'd be happy with 10,000 at this point. But well, my autoimmune disorder is not exactly something that is terrible, and it's not. It doesn't degrade me. It doesn't degenerate my tissue. Doesn't do anything to me. I know people with way worse autoimmune diseases. Mine just happens to be Crohn's, and on top of that, I got ulcerative colitis and celiac. But I'm not looking for your sympathy. I do not want it. It's not warranted. Your sympathy is needed elsewhere for people who've got cancer, for people who've got who've got leukemia, for people who've got, sickle cell anemia, for the people who've got, your sympathy is needed elsewhere. Mine is My issues are mine alone. You guys don't need to give me sympathy. I do this to keep myself sane. So, yes, I'm fine. I am okay. But anyways, they did do a couple of differences to this figure, that being said, which would be, and according to my sources, they widened out the abdomen section, which I'm quite grateful for. But at the same time, they also widened it out, which gave it a back panel, so that way that they could widen out the chest just a bit. So basically everything's going on. Hey, what's going on, Jordy? How you doing? By the way, for those of you who do not know, Jordy's Rail Videos is a good friend of the channel. We always shout him out as well on the channel, as we should, because Jordy is such a G. You're G. You are a G there, Jordy. So, but yeah. So that being said, I'm quite excited for the next bit of Age of the Primes that's coming out. So seriously, that being said, has anybody been noticing the fact that the Studio Series 86 Megatron has been showing up in stores already? Yo, yeah, please don't use my real name, but that's fine. I mean, that's close. It's close. It's far off enough to it, but it's all good. So, but yeah, no, that's Jordy. He's a true G to the channel. He's a true G to the channel. Yeah. So, but yeah. Anyways. It's all good. Oh, my favorite Transformers movie. Well, believe it or not, my favorite Transformers movie is actually the 1986 movie, because that movie was like the death of so many people's childhood. And I don't know if y'all know me, but I'm a huge fan of the death of innocence, or at the very least, the death of innocence in their terms of needing to make way for a new leader. So I was definitely a fan of the old movie. So, yeah, yes, Retro Cap. I can definitely tell you that. That is so true. It is the best movie ever. The 1986 movie is the best movie ever. If we're talking about just the solo movies. Now, if we're talking about the Michael Bay universe, I gotta tell you, my personal favorite was actually Age of Extinction. Okay? Now, the reason why I say Age of Extinction is because that was like the most true to what would have actually happened. I did want Ultra Magnus to be next leader, but I was disappointed. Well, here's the thing though. Magnus being the next leader was supposed to be the original deal. But, because we have, writers and we have definitely people who do that, so we definitely have people who need to have, their shining moment. They need to have their own thing. I think it's great that they wanted Magnus to be leader, and I think it's even greater that Rodimus even recognized that and he said, "I can't be the leader of the Decepticons, or not not Decepticons. I can't be the leader of the Autobots. I'm too immature. I do not know what I'm doing. Here is the matrix of leadership. I hereby pass it to you." So, well, I'll see you later. I gotta go. I wish you the best, and I'll come back next week. Hey, you're more than welcome to. I don't know what time it's gonna be, but you just gotta pay attention to what's going on with the. Have I watched the animated shows? It depends. It depends on which animated show you're saying. But to continue with Najee Kadir, I apologize here to cut you off there, Jaron Adulo. But here we'll continue with it. But we'll see you again later, Najee Kadar. We'll see you then. We'll see you later. I have seen some of the animated shows when I was a kid. I like Trucks, Big Ones, Bigfoot, and Magnus. No problem. But anyways, so the animated shows. To really kind of put a name to it, I've seen the majority of G1. I saw all of Beast Wars. Did not watch Beast Machines. I thought that was ridiculous and dumb. I didn't watch RID, but but I can watch it if I choose to. So hey, it's great if I can. But as soon as that one was done, then I did watch Cybertron. I did watch Energon. I did watch Armada. So I did watch the Unicron trilogy. So those trilogies I definitely did do. So those ones for sure were watched. My favorite of them was Armada. So don't even bother asking another question on that one. Now I did also watch animated. I do have to say that was quite possibly the best. Beast Machines was trash story and ending to Beast Wars. I'm gonna be real with you. I would have preferred it if they had just left the storyline to Beast Wars done with regular old Beast Wars instead of doing that. But to continue with the animated shows, I am in the middle of watching Beast Wars 2 and Beast Wars Neo. So I am in the process of watching that. I'm also into the process the intro outro theme. Transformers. Oh dude, that was the greatest of them all. But I definitely enjoyed that one. I do agree with you in the terms of I don't think Beast Machines was really given much of a chance. I'm gonna truly be honest with you. I don't think it was really gifted much of a chance. I don't think it deserved much of a chance, and I just don't think it was helpful. So, oh, cool. Oh, dude, I would be down. I would be entertained by that. I would totally be entertained to do a collab with you on that one, Jordy. I would definitely be entertained by it. So, very much so. But anyways, to continue with the animated shows that I have watched, I've watched. I gotta say, the one that I feel the most shafted about was Transformers animated. Okay, I feel that if Hasbro was to give us, like, if Hasbro was to seriously release right now season 4 of Transformers animated, I guarantee you that Cartoon Network's like their bit on Paramount Plus would skyrocket right now. I guarantee you if that was the case. So I can't complain entirely too much about animated. Animated was my baby, my baby girl, and it was just amazing. I loved that show. I cannot get enough of it. So next time I get to see David K, I definitely am going to be seeing that, seeing if I can get a. Hey, what's going on, Frostbite? What is my favorite Transformer? That's a tough one. That's a real tough one. I might have to come back to you on that one because my personal favorite at 1 minute ago was like a couple videos ago was definitely the studio series Dark of the Moon that Shockwave, excuse me, not Soundwave. Although the Dark of the Moon Soundwave is pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. But in terms of that, in terms of studio series, I mean, I have to say that my personal favorite currently is the studio series Dark of the Moon Shockwave. Age of the Primes. Currently, it's actually Skybite. I mean, Megatronus is pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Megatronus is amazing. He's a great figure. I love it. But I think if we're gonna go in terms of greatest figure so far, I think that Skybite. Skybite definitely takes the cake for that one, but I think this one works out too. So yeah. What is your favorite Transformer? That's my question to you all. What is your favorite Transformer? Answer that while I go to my fridge and get me a drink. So hold the phone. Come on, tell me all what your guys' favorite Transformers are. I love a good I love a good gab sesh with my commenters. And that being said, if you do comment on the video, you do get shouted out at the end. I've never not kept my promise on that. And Zaga the Animator can 100% attest to that. So. But yeah, no, so, gotta say, now that we've gotten this guy all done. Jeez Louise. I leave my table alone for freaking a weekend. A weekend. I went to Seattle over the weekend. But basically, I left this review table alone for a weekend and dust mites have returned. That's frustrating. So, yeah. Not real too thrilled about that. So, anyways, to continue with it, I have not seen. I definitely have not seen Transformers Prime. Nor did I really watch much of RID. I did watch some of it. I just didn't watch a ton of it. I thought it was kind of to me. And then after that, I thought they were starting to take the show in a more way too childlike approach to it. So take note. I have nothing against people who enjoyed Cyberworld. Okay, I have no offense to anybody who enjoyed Cyberworld and the Bumblebee Cyberworld spinoff. I have no problems with people who enjoyed that. I personally just couldn't get on board with it. Number one, they changed the voice actor for Optimus Prime. I couldn't get on board with that. Or not Cyberworld, Cyberverse. My bad. Not Cyberworld, Cyberverse. I haven't seen Cyberworld though. That's the newest one. I definitely also have not seen Earthspark. I thought Earthspark was pretty stupid as a reboot for a Gen 3 remake. Come on. Like, seriously, that was the stupidest thing they could have ever done and called it canon to G1. No offense to people who enjoy that, but I can't get on board with the idea of mixing gender identity with Transformers. I can't get on board with that. Like if they would have left that out of the whole deal, I think it would have been fine. Because we already know a lot of the Transformer species. We just did not need that to go with it. So, yeah. But anyways, so anyways, let's see if we can keep this going for another few minutes here. I will only keep this going for as long as you guys keep commenting. So just be aware of that. Be aware of that. So if you guys do keep commenting, I will keep the stream going. So that being said, do not forget to hit that like button and subscribe, because when we do that, then we can attest to getting to the goal of 2,000 or 1,700 fairly quickly before the end of the year. Whoa, hello. That was a lot. That was a lot of comments to come pouring in all at the last second here. I'm not going to tell you my age, but I will tell you I'm in my 20s. I will leave it at that. Your Studio Series Jetfire, that's awesome. That's awesome. I've had a great time with my Magmatron and Legacy Menasor as of late. Hey, I can respect that. I didn't really go for the Legacy Menasor, but hey, that's pretty good. To answer about my favorite Transformer, it's Jetfire from Transformers Armada. Thank you very much, Jordy. I appreciate that. But as of the brand new ones, I'm going for my Incomplete Superion and Megatronus with Solus Prime as being his hot chick. That's actually, you know what's funny? That's actually kind of the main reason why I went and started collecting the primes. Because I actually wanted to see if they would actually adhere to the lore of Solus Prime and Megatronus having a relationship. So you've got RID Optimus Prime. That's awesome. I appreciate that. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool here. Cyberverse had some cool Titans. I'm not gonna lie, they did have some entertaining looking Titans, but my thing with that is you had to collect them all if you were gonna collect them. So yeah. Anyways, you got the Lego Optimus Prime for your birthday. That's awesome. That's awesome. That's pretty cool. We actually assembled the Lego Optimus Prime, or at least tried to, on the channel a few times. I do like Legos. I do occasionally do Let's Builds, or when we do Pokemon stuff, we do build that Pokemon. So we occasionally do stuff like that on the show. So we do have a playlist somewhere on the channel, so you got to subscribe to check it out and make sure that you are subscribed, because there may or may not be another Let's Builds coming in the future, because I do know that there is going to be Lego Soundwave. So yes, there is going to be that. Do I have a least favorite Transformer? I do, actually. I have a couple of them. And I personally don't own them because they are my least favorite, and I've seen a lot of them. And I've also fondled a lot of them because I had two previous jobs that allowed me to work at toy stores, and I had to fondle a couple of these for our display cabinets. The first one being Studio Series Revenge of the Fallen Soundwave. That thing can die in a heap of scrap that just can never be brought back to life. I absolutely hate that thing. Okay? That thing I absolutely hate. Um, and that is just for the Studio Series line. I would love to know what the heck they were thinking when they dropped that design. So there's that. The second one that I absolutely say I have to hate completely, and it is by no fault of this character's thing of its own. That would be, hold on, I'd like to get the Legos eventually. They're pretty good. But another one that I absolutely hate, and anytime I fondled with it, it always broke. There was never a time that I could not touch it or blow on it and it would just break. Seriously, I would just look at it and it would just break. So, and that one I have to say would be the good lord, what was it? It's been so long I can't even remember what it was. Good lord. Oh, yeah, it was my. Good lord, what was it? Oh, '07 Starscream. My 2007 deluxe class Starscream. I love to hate that figure. That figure was great because it was based off of concept art, concept design, and whole concept idea of what's your favorite Pokemon card. I don't really have one because I'm gonna be real with you. I've kind of given up on Pokemon cards. I really have. Not that I don't care for them, and I don't care that people, and then people have them and they, collect them and do all sorts of stuff with them. That's great. I just personally don't care. So, I will sell them, but I will not acquire them. So, yeah, yeah. That's exactly how it is. Retro cap. That's exactly how it is. But anyways, so there is that goes on with that. So. But anyways, my '07 concept Starscream, that was quite possibly the worst figure I'd ever owned in my life. So, yeah. I can honestly say that figure should have died in the idea stages. So, anyways, that being said, I honestly thought they were going to base this guy off of Thew Adams a little bit more. And for those of you who don't know who Thew Adams is he's another Transformer reviewer and Transformer geek on YouTube. And they actually made him canon in the show of Cyberverse, and they also did, and what was it? It was Cyberverse and Cyberverse Bumblebee. And the character McAdam, or Alchemist Prime, basically, they designed him off of his facial structure and his body. And if you go look at Thew Adams and you go look at McAdam, it's almost exactly what they did. So yeah. Anyways, as I said, I'll only keep the stream going if we keep the comments pouring in. And as I keep stating, you do get shouted out at the end of the video if you keep commenting. So, yeah. So, do you have a favorite Transformer movie? I already stated this. It was the 1980. It's the 1986 movie. In terms of that one, in terms of that cartoon movie, what is your favorite grade? My favorite grade? What do you mean by favorite grade? What's up, Cornelius Robinson? Who is your favorite Transformer? I already stated so, but we are going to keep the stream going for at least another 10 minutes or so, and then we'll end it or so. But anyways, do you have a favorite Transformer movie? I already stated it was the 1986 one, and if we're talking about Bayformers, it was Age of Extinction. Who's my favorite Transformer? I already stated in Studio Series. It would be the Dark of the Moon Shockwave, and there is, hold on, is one of these Megatronus. That one right here. This one right here is Megatronus Prime. So school grade. The grade that let me sleep. I'm an adult. I don't really care for that. So I mean, college is pretty great too. So I'm gonna be real with you. Any any school grade that allowed me to sleep in past 9 a.m. So pretty much anything that was not first grade or kindergarten. So yeah, but is Megatronus Prime your favorite? No, he is not my favorite. He's not my favorite for a couple reasons. And the first reason being is the fact that his waist and his chest piece right here, the chest swivel, they just pop off. It's not my favorite, but like I said, my favorite in Studio Series would be the Studio Series Dark of the Moon Shockwave, and the you're going into sixth grade. That's a grade, man. I remember middle school. Middle school was an entertaining time for me. Can definitely tell you that much. That was a very entertaining time for me as well. Lots of things, lots of pressure, lots of things to get right. Definitely, So, I s- in okay in studio series, Dark of the Moon, Shockwave. Okay, and then if we have to continue with Age of the Primes, there's not really a ton of figures out there quite yet. So that's fantastic. I'm in college. Get I don't know why we're I don't know why we're talking about grades here. Aside from the fact that what my favorite one was probably like kindergarten to first grade because I didn't have to get up. So tomorrow's your first day. Well, congratulations on your first day tomorrow, and I hope things go very well. Here's my favorite. Actually, I will say this about high school, like middle school, all the way through high school. It is impossible for you to fail on the first day. It is impossible to fail on the first day. Okay? Don't let anyone tell you different. It's impossible to fail the first day. It might be possible to do it the second day, but it's impossible to fail the first day. So yeah. At least here in America, that's the catch. So yours is on the 11th. Hey, again, congratulations! You guys are going to school. You guys are getting your high school diplomas, getting your middle school criteria done here. I'm congratulating everybody. And by the way, to those who are going back to school, congratulations on those who are. I think it's really cool that you guys are going back to school. I think it's great that you are even able to, considering the fact that the last, couple years prior, you weren't able to go to school. You had to be stuck on a laptop, or you had to really basically put your nose to a book and call it a day. So I definitely commend that. But no, my next college course starts in January, so that'll be fun for me. But that's pretty cool. So, anyways, that being said, Cornelius Robinson. That being said, with you, so you're going into your junior year of high school. Congratulations on getting there. Um, High school's definitely a thing. So, which Transformer Studio series is your favorite when was Shockwave? Ages ago. I did that one ages ago. Um, Not to mention that figure also came out ages ago, but I had been waiting for the re-release because the first time it was released, I didn't have $70 laying around to go get it. And if I wanted to go get it, I would have had to have also had my license. So I did not have my license at the time. And take note, I did not get my license at 16. So let's be very clear about that. I'm not that young, but I'm also not that old. So get over it. But anyways, but before that, it would have to be Studio Series 86 Grimlock. That one was probably my favorite prior to Dark of the Moon Shockwave. So, but anyways, so we are going to end the stream here as it currently is. So we are going to scroll back up to the top of the list for our shoutouts for the end of the stream. So, do not forget to check out Zaga the Animator, Naji Kadar, uh, Garen Adulio, excuse me. Do not also forget to check out Jordy's Rail videos, as always. Do not forget to check out RetroCap. Do not forget to also check out Cornelius Robinson and Frostbite. So yeah, but yeah. Do I have a favorite Prime Transformer? My favorite Prime Transformer, honestly, is actually kind of Prima, because I'm a stickler for kind of cool shit. But yeah. Anyways, so this is where we end the stream this evening. So that being said, do not forget to subscribe to me. Do not forget to subscribe to all of the people I shouted out at the end. I go to Victory Ridge Academy for in Lake Wales. Cool. That's awesome. But anyways, This is Thomas Fan 1 saying do not forget to check out all of those people, and also do not forget to check out Patrick's Voice Rail, Riveted Rail Fan, Riveted Reviews, Alexander Rothschild. Do not forget to also check out iStar552, Bravely GG, Take Along Productions, and oh, why not? We'll throw him under the bus as well. Lemon Lime Studios and Cat and Cat 999, as they've all been some OGs to the channel and some friends to the channel as well. So, anyways, this is Thomas Fan 1 saying do not forget to once again hit that subscribe button, and also do not forget to also leave comments on said videos, because sometimes I read them, sometimes I don't. Anyways, this is Thomas Fan 1 saying do not forget to keep playing with your toys. Goodbye.